Hello boys and girls, welcome to the show. It's Chris Reardon, today's United Kingdom talk. Are you alright, darlings? Now, just before we start today, very, very important, we have been having trouble with the emails, I'm afraid. Now, I'm not quite sure what happens, but the idea is you type in Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk and it comes through to me on my private email address, which I cannot give you. I cannot possibly give you my private email address. I don't want to be bothered all the time by people begging for money, that sort of thing. So apologies to you, but the email system is now working. I say that with my fingers crossed, because I hope it is. I did just try it out now and it wasn't, but they assured me it would be working within 12 to 24 hours, and that will have passed by the time you watch or listen to this programme, dear. So if you have sent any emails in the last 3 weeks, okay, and oh dear, could you possibly send them again? Unless you hear them read out in this particular show. Alright? Thank you very much to Joe Morris from AmericanTalkUSA.com for advising me on that problem. Sorry about that. It's funny with computer things, you don't always realise that something's amiss until someone lets you know. It's just impossible to go around and check everything all the time. Sometimes, not recently really, but certainly when I first started doing this, there was a couple of times when the show didn't appear at all. And I didn't know until someone sort of emails, "Hello Chris, where is your show for whatever?" Especially on the Live 365 thing. Those of you that listen via Live 365, I know on occasions I've forgotten to switch the next programme on. How foolish am I? Will you punish me? That's the question. Now, talking of punishment, we have a visitor to the studio today, to the New Britannia studio, all the way from up north, is James Dean. Come, James Dean, here he is. Look, you can only see his stomach because the things... Come on, there we are. Come on. No, not on the Noosa tea. What? I brought the stool in for you. You're not sitting your dirty bum on that Noosa tea. I brought in a little stool for you to sit on. Eh? What? Well, come and sit down then. It's quite safe.
I won't be able to fit on that.
Of course. Well, we'll see what happens. Go on, just try and sit on that stool, because you know we can't have anyone from the north sitting on my lovely new sofa.
I look like a ventriloquist, don't I?
Yeah, well, I'm not putting my hand there. All right, go on then. Put that into my little new stool. Actually, come sit down then. It's nice to see you. I hope we can hear you all right. Say something.
Oh, I think you should be able to hear me.
Yeah, that looks all right. Just speak loudly.
I always speak loudly.
It's a bit different to radio, you know, television and what have you. This is my new little stall. The only thing is, now we had to, when I went by this in Millets, this is the third one we picked up, because on all of them there was a screw missing.
Right.
Right? So, of course,
surely that would have been perfect for you.
Perfect for me, yes, I know what you mean. But even
actually,
this now, that's coming loose. And if you try and turn it round, it just keeps turning. So I think this is going to have to go back as well. Mind you, I'm not surprised. Do you know how much that was?
How much?
£6.99.
Oh, well, at that price, you can't really
argue. It's daylight
argue.
robbery.
It is.
Daylight robbery. Well, good evening, James Dean. James Dean hosts a podcast, thematineeshow.co.uk.
Yes, or matineeshow.co.uk without the
oh, yes. Matineeshow.co.uk. Did you sort out your iTunes thing?
It should be listed a bit better now.
Right.
I'm still experimenting.
That takes a while to come through, you know that.
Yeah.
Once you've made the adjustments, it takes a couple of days to come through. Like my email problems.
Yes, well...
Oh. And what am I like when something goes wrong like that?
Oh, nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
I mean, I wasn't bad in the pub the other night, was it?
He was sat there. He was sat there with just this sour look on his face. I mean, similar to normal, but even more sour than that. Just all the way through the night, people were coming up asking for tracks. He was just saying, "Go away, don't want to know, don't want to know." You're just so grumpy.
This is the first time you've been in here, isn't it? What do you think of the changes, dear? Well, it's not changes. We've not been in this room only for a week or so.
It's very nice, yes. Looks very professional.
Now, there's something in here today. Unfortunately, if you're listening to the show, you won't experience this, but there's something new that we're using for the first time today. Would you like to point it out, James Dean? What is it?
It's an LCD television.
It's a nice big screen on the back, and it's rotating various photographs that I've collected over the years. Now I've tried all sorts of little bits and pieces on there. I hope it looks. I've no idea what it looks all right, because this is the first time that we've used it. Certainly, a little while ago, I did try it just before we started recording, and we were getting a glare off it, weren't we?
Yeah.
So what I've done is turn the brilliance right down to the minimum, and I think that sorted it out. But I won't be able to tell, of course, until we look back at the little video later on, will we?
That's right.
Which is a shame. So,
but then again, you have to turn the brilliance down when it's next to you.
That's it. The trouble is, the television. I can't allow the television to outshine me.
No.
It won't be right. Now, you're looking very nice tonight.
Thank you.
James Dean's got a nice pink T-shirt on. Mm-hmm. And what are these? Are these new? They look new.
They are, yes. Brand new for my visit.
Brand new. And, of course, your new pants.
Yes.
Would you like to show us a little bit of your pants there?
Oh, I don't know.
Now, he's got some very straight... No, the back. Oh, God's sake, it's not a porn show. Can we see the pattern on them? We've got, like, little... What are they, little purple men? Are they... Hang on a minute. Are they records?
I think they are.
Is that pictures of records?
Yes.
I'm sorry if you're having your dinner. That's probably one of the most vile sights you've ever seen. But he's got these pants. Apparently, all the people below the age of 30 now wear pants that have got all these patterns and pictures and things like that. And I'm sure when I was about 20, I'm sure we had pants like that.
Yeah, well, it's the 30-year cycle.
Pardon?
It's the 30-year cycle.
What do you mean the 30-year cycle?
Oh, sorry, you admit to 44, don't you now? Yeah.
You know how old I am, 46. And he has made a great deal of effort. Would you like to tell the listeners at home how much was your entire outfit?
This entire outfit, this was actually slightly more than the other outfit.
T-shirt, pants, and jeans, right? How much?
This was £11 for the whole lot.
£11. Now you're talking. £11. So what shop did you get this lot from?
Primani.
Oh, it was from Primark.
It was Primark.
So how much is it? These are Primark jeans, actual Primark jeans. Yeah. Have you got the other pairs somewhere?
Yeah. Oh, I can get them if you want to look.
Yeah, just pass them to me, but don't give me the bit where your bum is. It's probably full of incrustations and things. I don't want to see those. Oh yeah, bring the pants over as well.
They're clean.
Let's have a look at the pants. Oh, no, don't throw them on my lap. Oh, how vile is it? Medium? You are having a laugh. Medium? It says medium on the back here.
They are.
Look at these pants. They're like, they've got a black band round the top. Actually, they're quite good quality, aren't they? Black band. Are they, let me just... Oh, they are. Oh, they are new. They haven't been worn.
They haven't.
I'm just checking there. Right. Yeah, they've got a black band round the top. And they're purple and yellow. These are the same ones as you got, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you know, it's funny.
Special offer, two pairs for £2.
I think that's the first pair of item of clothing that I've seen that actually looks better off someone than on. Isn't that funny? So how much were the pants?
2 pairs for £2.50.
God, I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
I know.
I hope you feel guilty about all those people working in sweatshops making them.
The thing is,
they've got a job.
If I didn't buy them, they wouldn't be able to work for 24 hours a day, getting 10 pence a day. They were just struggling on less than 10 pence a day.
That is dreadful. That is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Come on. So these are the jeans.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Now let me have a feel of these. Right, we've got blue jeans. Look fairly modern. Mm-hmm. Now you can't rip them apart. Let's really try really hardly. Rip them apart. No, you can't rip them apart. With the belt?
With the belt.
With the belt. How much were they?
These ones were slightly more. These ones were £14 for the jeans.
£14?
Yeah.
You know, that's not bad, is it?
It's not.
To think I paid £90 for a pair of jeans.
I know.
No, not these ones.
No. Well, no, you can tell.
You can't tell. How can you tell? I had these on last night, didn't I?
You did, yes. Yes. And still hasn't changed them.
And the T-shirt, £2.50.
Yes.
The thing is with the T-shirt, I've got a feeling you'll only be able to wash that twice and it'll just fall apart.
I reckon so. That's usually the case with a lot of cheap T-shirts.
Not with the jeans, though.
Having said that, I know somebody who has a pair of shorts that they bought from Primark, I think about 6 years ago.
Oh, right.
And they're still absolutely fine.
Oh, well, fair enough. Good. Do they do swimming stuff?
They do.
You know, because I always feel a little bit peeved with the amount they charge for swimming shorts. I was in Bentall's. We got a department, a very good quality department store, and one of those places that I order big things from because you get the service and all that business. And they had a pair of swimming not trunks, not shorts, but like trunks that were in shorts.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Swimming shorts.
Swimming shorts.
They are called shorts, I think.
Are they? Mm-hmm. But they're like the Lycra stuff.
Tight,
so it's and what was it?
That's very brave of you.
What?
Wearing tight clothing.
I don't wear them.
Right.
I
You wear
just
the baggy
noticed
ones
them.
now. Oh, right.
But they were £45 for one pair.
Yeah.
And I rang up my mate Justin, and he says, yeah. He wasn't surprised at all. I said, why would someone spend £45 on that? And then, so I always feel a bit peeved buying things like that. But I got a pair of swimming shorts, but they weren't tight. See, there's the like board shorts. That's them, isn't it? Board shorts. I had a pair of board shorts from Asda, and they were something like £6, which is not bad.
Not bad.
I bet she knows now. What does that mean? Is that money or someone talking about me?
I know, that's itchy ears, someone talking about you.
Itchy nose.
Itchy nose.
Must be money coming.
Unlikely, I'm
Well,
staying
you must
at the
owe me
moment.
something.
Well, probably. You're going to give me the bill at the end of the weekend.
You've gone to a great deal of effort for this show today. A great deal of effort. We've also now got dyed blonde hair. Mm-hmm. I mean, what does it look like? There used to be this programme, which you won't have seen in the 70s, called Space Boy.
Right.
And he had dyed blonde hair, just like yours. And James came with me last night. He's been out to Route 2 in Birmingham for the karaoke.
Yes.
What did you think of that?
I liked it.
It wasn't over busy. Haven't we about 40 and 50?
Yeah, I reckon so. It was quite good. I mean, it was very good until Chris started singing, of course.
There was nothing wrong with my singing. Tell him what I sang, but you don't even know.
I can't remember.
Best years of our lives.
Was it?
Yeah.
I had my fingers in my ears at the time.
And you would think, a so-called friend comes along, you would think they'd join in or something like that, wouldn't you? But no, he just stood there all night, hanging around people, hoping to be bought drinks.
That morning, I had been in work at 6 o'clock that morning.
Here we go.
And I had travelled straight down to see you.
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
I was so tired, and then you started singing. What hope did I have? Actually, you can't have been very well, because you did buy me 2 drinks that night.
What was it you said to me earlier on today, before we started the show?
I can't remember lots of things.
I can remember what you said to me. I can remember. Well, I always thought you were tight until the last 2 days. Let me tell you, he doesn't stop eating. Eat all the blooming time.
He doesn't stop feeding me. That's the problem.
You had a nice dinner last night, didn't you? What did you have? You had the chicken or the fish?
I had the fish.
Oh, you had the fish.
You had the
There was a
chicken.
reason for that. In the fridge, I had a spare piece of chicken left, which had to be eaten yesterday because we're just about to go out of date, and you don't muck about the chicken.
No.
And in the freezer, we got out a piece of fish. But unfortunately, I left the chicken in the oven a little bit too long, and it shrunk to about a quarter of its size.
Yeah.
But it didn't go black, did it?
It didn't, no.
Which was a bit odd, really. It didn't go black. So that was it, really. And no more. He had the fish, and I had the chicken, vegetables, little potatoes with roasted garlic.
Yes, that was nice, though.
Well, it was. I'd never had a bit of roasted garlic before, so I put it in my mouth. I'm chewing away. Oh, that's blooming nice. And I said to him, I bet our breath really stinks now. You know what it's like eating garlic? Oh, the smell. But it was quite nice.
But the thing is, if you start eating garlic and have garlicky breath, it will take away the attention from the other smells that come out.
What are the smells? Now, I said that to you, because to be honest, we haven't been up long. I heard him moving around in his room as I lay awake in my other bed, and I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to get downstairs and have my tea before I have to talk to someone now, because it was moving around. And I thought to myself, I'm smelling a bit today, and he said he wouldn't bring that up. I did ask you, I would have had a shower before, and the cheese hot dog that we had.
Yes.
But he does 2 really annoying things when he's out. Do you know what those 2 annoying things are?
No idea.
Number 2, he keeps going outside I don't know why. As to keep going outside the bit. Why do you keep going outside all the time?
To get some fresh air, to get away from you. To get a break from you.
To get away from me. And the worst thing he does, he came out with me last night to Belushi's in Hammersmith. We're going to have the 12 o'clock time signal in a minute, which means nothing if you're listening or watching the show. It's just the time that we're recording, okay? So you hear a series of bleeps. Please do not worry. It is not your smoke alarm at home. It is not a mobile phone about to go off. It is my alarm system here with the 12 o'clock time signal.
Yes. It's when he needs to put the new Botox in.
The what?
The new Botox.
How rude you are to me.
So what's the other annoying thing?
I'd tell you what, it's more annoying than that one.
Right.
Alright? He sits on his mobile phone all night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it on now? Is it on now? Turn it off. Go on, turn it off. The entire night, he is on the mobile phone, on the Facebook, on the texting people. I've never seen anything like it. Oh, God's sake, just a minute now. Just a minute now. Oh, I'm going to move. Oh, I found my pen's just dropped off, isn't it? Let's stop that for a second. Now, are we a bit high up with that camera, do you think? I think we are. I'm going to come down a tiny little bit. There we are.
Oh, you've lost the television now.
There you are. No, we haven't, because you can't actually see that. The top bit there. Now, where was I?
You were saying about how annoying it was I was on the phone. Can I also point out?
No, not on the phone. You just constantly texting people.
Check my emails, check my Facebook.
For 4 hours?
Yeah. Well,
he came to Belushi's. No, let me. Can I get a word in edgeways? I've hardly said anything on the show today. Hardly a word. He got in Belushi's last night in Hammersmith, where I am on Saturdays and Mondays. And literally, as soon as he sat down, he started texting and doing things on the mobile phone. I've seen kids in these places, and while you're playing the music, while they're dancing, they're texting. I thought that was bad enough. They're texting their friends on the dance floor. The whole 4 hours, James, you were on that phone.
I know.
That is just ludicrous.
And what was I doing for those 4 hours? I was responding to your Facebook messages that Chris was on Facebook whilst he was DJing. That's worse.
It wasn't very good last night, was it? Really wasn't very good last night. But one of those things, you know, we're just about. Are we out of August now?
Yes, just next week. But by the time this goes out,
what date is it? No, we're nearly out of August, and the problem is, of course, late August. Often. It does go quiet in the clubs anyway, but it was particularly quiet last night. When I say particularly quiet, it was still 90. I counted 90 people in there last night.
Oh, it still felt busy.
It holds about 300, so it does look quite quiet.
But now, the dance floor was always full, which shows you were doing your job.
Thank you, darling. I know that. Now, I'm just going to pop next door. Okay, meanwhile, an email has arrived for you.
Oh!
Now, this is from Susan. Do you know who Susan is?
Susan.
Go on, have a guess. Here's a clue.
Oh, Susan with the cat.
Susan with the cats, though. Do you know what cats? We're not talking pussy cats.
And lions and
yes,
things,
proper cats. Yeah. All right. So you read this out while I just pop next door. It's quite handy having you here because I can go to the toilet now while you're reading this.
That's so professional.
I know. I should have gone before we started, but there we are. Do you know we're a third of the way through this programme already?
Really? That's impressive.
Doesn't it go quickly? Right. There's your email. Let me pop next door, and I'm just going to unplug myself. There we are. 1 minute. There we are. Carry on. Carry on. What?
Anyway, that's the Botox. So this email's coming from Susan. It says, I'm so excited to hear that wonderful lad James Dean is coming to visit. Thank you, Susan. As you know, we are both from Manchester, so I have a favour to ask of my hometown little buddy. James, would you please bring a large tote bag with you when you go and visit Chris? I have a few souvenirs I would like you to pick up for me. First is a lovely flowered teapot with matching cup that Ivona sent him. Check his cupboards, I haven't seen it for a while. Also a plate from the Isle of Wight with pictures on it. I think it is on his bookshelf in the studio. I think it is. It's at the back up there, I think. Where are we? And last but not least, I have to have that Weir rabbit. I haven't seen that for a while. So please hunt it for us when he is asleep. Maybe he has it in bed with him at night. Oh. Please send this postage due to me by UPS or FedEx. I will anxiously be awaiting the arrival of my parcel. I can picture it now. I will have a tea party in my gazebo. It will be like Alice in Wonderland. Instead of a Cheshire cat sitting in one chair will be the Weir rabbit. I will be happily serving tea to all from my new teapot and serving tasty treats on my new plate. What a wonderful time will be had by all. I will gladly send you pictures. James, and if there is anything you would like to have from Dallas, please let me know. So please, hurry, James, and get my package on its way. Well, Susan, I shall do my best.
Blimey, it don't take you to get long to get through an email, does it? No. I could have stretched it out for at least 45 minutes.
Yeah, but you see, I read the email
rather than waffling on. Waffling on?
Waffling on.
That was all over and done with in a couple of minutes. I can't believe how quickly you got through that email.
Well,
there must have been something you wanted to comment on here.
No, I mean, it was very complimentary to me. So
I am so excited. Now, I'm looking at this. I'm so excited to hear that wonderful James Dean. Why is that exciting? I don't understand that. Why is it exciting that you're coming to visit?
Well, you're having a celebrity visitor.
Come on, whenever you have a little row with your partner, you're straight up here, aren't you? Because you've got nowhere else to stay. As you know, we are both from Manchester. I mean, is that something to be proud of?
Yes.
Is it?
It is.
Do you think so?
I am very proud to be from Manchester.
Oh, dear. Well, you've got to collect your few little bits and pieces. It's the rabbit that she wants. So this is... What did she say it was called? This is Wee Rabbit.
Weir rabbit. From Wallace and Gromit. And the Curse
this
of the Weir
is
Rabbit.
the actual...
That's the
I mean,
Weir
obviously
rabbit.
not the one on the telly.
Yeah.
But that's what... I don't recognise it.
Yeah, it's the Weir Rabbit.
I love him. Look, my little rabbit. Look. Weir Rabbit. Can you not get these in Dallas? Oh, there you are, dear. I mean, I thought you could get everything in America. I have made even more investigations. You know those bush beans?
Oh, yes.
That I quite like. I just assume that someone here in the UK must sell those.
Yeah.
Can't find them anywhere. I've been all over the internet and everything.
I'm surprised you can't import them.
Really. Yeah.
Maybe you'll have to buy them in bulk from the manufacturer.
Kindly, Joe from AmericanTalkUSA.com, he said he would send some over. But, you know, they're heavy things.
They are.
They probably cost, $1 for the tin of beans and like $5 to send them through the post. That's too much. So I'm not going to ask for that. Now, there is an email address to the show, okay? And it should now be working, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. Oh, that's what was upsetting me last night, wasn't it?
It was. Bit of technology going wrong and you just can't settle.
You have to go on this website, Is it my hosting company, is it?
It is.
Not?
Or, well, not necessarily your web hosting, it's your domain hosting.
My domain hosting. And you have to put all these email forwarding things in. And somehow, I don't know how it happened, but somehow it had all stopped working. So we had to put them in again. Now, apparently, when you put this information in there, it then takes between 12 and 24 hours to start working again.
That's right.
I'm sure it doesn't really. They're just being lazy. Or is it automatic?
It's not that company that has the delay, because they send it off to the main DNS service, which is the domain name something or other. And that has to update.
I don't know what that is.
It's a computer. It's a phone book. It's a phone book. So when you type in the name, it says, this is where it needs to go to.
Oh, I don't know what it is, dear. I really don't. Anyway, so it should be working now. Email address is... Go on then.
I can't remember it.
Oh, you must be able to remember that.
I always use your other email address.
Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. What is it?
Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk.
Don't be shy. There's also a post address which I shall give you in a moment. Now, not only have you spent money on your dress,
yes,
but you've also had it's kind of but you know, I've got this little cough back again.
Yeah,
it only starts if I'm talking for a long time. Maybe I should
shut up. So you've got a constant cough, have you?
Maybe I should shut up. Not only did he spend money on clothes, but I kind of looked at him last night. No, not last night, because I didn't notice it. How long were you in that club before I noticed you?
Oh, we're at Route 2?
Yeah.
Must have been about 10 minutes.
Didn't see him in there because of the blonde hair.
Yeah.
Right. What I didn't notice was something else that he'd done. Okay? I didn't notice till we got back home. We were travelling at transwarp speed in the car. You were impressed. You like my driving, don't you?
Yes.
And would you like to tell the listeners at home why you like my driving?
Well, you know...
Because I don't drink.
You don't drink.
That's his exact words.
Yeah.
He knows people that drink and drive, I'm afraid, boys and girls.
Yeah. Well, I don't know any that do it now.
Is
I know
it most
that
people
have
in
done
Manchester, is it? Or?
No. It's only one person I've ever spotted doing that.
Okay. Well, I hope you reported them immediately to the police.
Yes.
Did they lose the phone number?
Anyway.
So he's very impressed with my driving because I don't drink. We were travelling at trans-warp speed.
I quite like those finger grip holes you've got on the seats. I noticed they weren't there at the start of the journey, but by the end of the journey there were these little finger marks.
Might be on the end of your journey. You weren't frightened at all, were you?
Nah.
But fortunately, I did have some music on the way home. We had Eurovision tunes, didn't we? Unfortunately, the CD is a little bit crusty. So we had... oh dear. So we had tracks that kept skipping all the time. But very nice. Do you remember some of the songs?
No.
Well, never mind. So, he's got the clothes. He's dyed his hair, right? When we got into my kitchen last night, I looked at him and I thought he looks blooming orange. And he said, "Do you like my fake tan?" Have you still got it on now?
I have a little bit, yes.
I can see that.
Yeah. But you see, it probably won't show up on the camera.
So he's got the blonde hair, the new clothes, the fake tan, and one other thing. Would you like to give us a big smile, James? No, let's see the top teeth. He's got this stuff. Because he's got... You don't mind me mentioning your imperfections, I hope.
No, it's quite all right.
I mean, where shall I start?
Well...
Where should I start?
I'm sure I'll always be able to have an extra one.
He's got a stain on one of his top teeth. What is that?
When my tooth was forming, I had chicken pox and it damaged the tooth as it was forming.
Is that called mottling?
I don't know.
There's something called mottling, isn't there?
There is.
Isn't that when they're very young, they have too much fluoride, I think?
Possibly. I don't know.
Do you know, I think this is the asthma.
Could be.
I've got a feeling this is the asthma.
Could be.
I might have to have a little bit of asthma stuff in a minute. Anyway, so he's bought... Have you got that stuff with you?
I can...
Go and get that stuff, right? He's bought this stuff, what you paint on your teeth. Apparently the idea is that it makes all your teeth white. And it does. They do... They do... No, come on, let's show us properly. They do... It has whitened them up.
Yeah. The thing is, they're supposed... When you do it, you're supposed to just have it... as now in a conversation, you're not supposed to grin like that so people can see it.
Right.
But
pearl drops, instant white, brush on teeth veneer. I mean, I don't know about this, do you?
Well, you see, the thing is, the only way to cover the stain is to get my teeth veneered, and that is extortionately expensive.
I don't know why you worry about it. People don't notice it, surely. Only people like me who like to point out your faults.
Can I also point out this fake tan that you said?
Fake tan, yes.
Yes. It's not actually fake tan.
But because you look orange.
It washes off.
You look orange.
And you can put more or less on. And if you're in a darker environment in a club, you put more on. But then you look more orange under natural light.
Well, what sort of dark places have you been in then?
Well, there's dark, dank places that you work.
Well... Do you not find that as you dance, it starts dripping down your face?
I did wonder about that. I had visions of going out in the rain and having streaks down my face.
No. Now, I'm going to get some of my asthma stuff. I hope you'll be all right for a minute or two.
I'm sure I'm.
Shall I give you an email to read? Shall I do that? Shall I give an email to read? Let's see. What have we got here? Because we've got to do the story as well. I don't know. Did you see the last show I did by the pond?
I did, yes.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was very good.
Do you like the people walking past their dogs?
Yes. I quite like the other one you did as well, where you had to keep moving to keep in the sun. And you ended up sort of lounged over the rock.
I was at the last
the logs.
That was the one before. This is asthma. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go and get this. I tell you what. At the end of the last show, I started off with it was another email from Susan. Actually, they're starting to come through now. So if you want to start from there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and she's talking about cats.
Right.
All right, well, I'm just going to pop next door, have a bit of my asthma thing. That's funny how that's happened today. It don't usually happen halfway through a show. All right?
Okay.
Carry on. James Dean,
shall.
reading an email from Susan.
I should carry on. I'm just waiting for you to walk past.
Why is that then?
You know, you really should go behind the camera, Chris. So unprofessional.
No room.
So unprofessional. Yes, so on this email from Susan, it says, on a lighter note, InSync has some new kitties that I need to introduce to all of you. The first 3 cats were rescued by the Department of Agriculture. Due to an ongoing investigation, they will not disclose where these cats came from. All 3 of them were severely emaciated. Khan, the male lion, was 200 pounds underweight, that's a lot, and had chewed the end of his tail from hunger or stress. That's horrible. Amol and Apollo, I think I'm pronouncing that right, are both tigers. Both of them were starving and wouldn't have lasted much longer. Apollo was completely hairless from disease and malnutrition.
Slow down a bit. Slow down a bit.
You can view them on the InSync Exotics website, and you can see that they have stripes, but the tiger's bare skin still has stripes. It was not sure if Apollo would make it, but happily, all are on the road to recovery. All 3 are back up to their normal weight. In fact, Amol needs to go on a diet like him. All of Apollo's hair has grown back, and he loves lounging around in his pool. It's nice.
It's nice, isn't it? What, a tiger in a pool?
Yes.
I didn't think cats liked water.
I think tigers and lions do, don't they?
I'm just trying to think if I've ever seen one in a zoo or something like that. I hate seeing that, animals in zoos, in cages. Yeah. It doesn't matter how big the cage is, it's just awful.
It's funny because a lot of the animals that are in zoos in cages are there for conservation reasons.
Yeah, but it's not a life, is it, for the poor animal?
Not, but it keeps the species going. So, we have 3 other new residents as well. They were rescued from an exhibitor not far from Dallas. He kept them starving and in tiny cages. They are white lions. White lions are not actually white, but are very pale. They were in very bad shape and so weak from hunger that they had a hard time holding their heads up. Shazam is a male, and the other 2 are Sheila and Jazz. We are all hoping and praying that they will be okay. It always amazes me how forgiving big cats can be. They are extremely intelligent, and after just a few weeks of good food and attention and kindness, they do not hold a grudge against man.
Ah, well, I think they do. They would hold a grudge against the person who was nasty.
Yes.
Now, I say that, and I tell you why I say that. I saw this video someone sent me ages ago, and basically this bloke, I think he was UK, I'm sure he was, he had a tiger from a cub. Don't know how that happens. I mean, obviously you couldn't bring one through the airport or something like that.
No. Hide it in your handbag.
He had a tiger. Don't know how. The tiger got too big, and I think, I'm not sure the exact story, whether he was found out and then they took it off him, or whether he said, hello, I've got a tiger. I don't know if it was legal, illegal, doesn't matter. Nevertheless, he had a tiger, it got too big, it had to be taken to be released. Yeah. Not to a sanctuary, it was actually sent to, I believe, another country.
Right.
Where it lives outside.
Oh, that's nice.
They kept records, whoever did all this, and they knew whereabouts it was. A few years passed. I've actually seen a little video to this. A few years, but I don't even know if this story is true, right? A few years passed, and this bloke decided to go. There were 2 of them, 2 blokes. They decided to go and visit the lion and the tiger and see how it was. And they set up a camera in this field, and they're waiting around for this tiger. And then over the top of the hill, this tiger appears, and it looks around and it looks at these 2. And I mean, it would terrify me. Suddenly, this tiger comes running towards these 2 blokes. Right, the bloke wasn't scared at all.
No,
you could see it on the camera. And this tiger comes running down and jumps up at the bloke, 2 paws on his chest, and is just all over him and rubbing the head. Tiger was rubbing. And they say animals don't always remember. Well, it certainly looked like it remembered him. And it was the most marvellous film. It brought a tear to your eye. So if that tiger can remember that the goodness that bloke done, my guess is this tiger...
if that guy turned up...
Was it a lion or a tiger? Doesn't matter, lion or tiger. If that ever bumped into that bloke again, it would remember him.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand how people are just so vile and nasty to animals.
No.
And people do it to their own pets.
I know, it's horrible, really. I think it's always a sign that something's not quite right if people aren't nice to animals.
I mean, you know, don't you? You know sometimes just the way an animal is with someone. They take Katie, for example.
Yes.
You know, there are certain noises that scare her. One is plastic carrier bags.
Yes.
If I get a bag out of the cupboard and it crinkling noise, she don't like that.
No.
She tends to go out the door. And the ironing board, right? If you open that, she runs out the door. She doesn't like that. She's not scared of the lawnmower.
No.
Right? She will sit there almost next to the lawnmower and watch me mowing the lawn. And it's a noisy old thing.
It is.
What else have I been surprised at before? She's not... Sneezing.
Yeah.
Some cats jump off if you sneeze. She just sits there and looks at you.
Well, you dropped the can opener the other day, didn't you?
She
And it
didn't
landed
bother at
right
all.
next to her,
Didn't
and she
bother
just
at
sort
all.
of moved her tail a bit.
Because she knows she's safe. Although I have to say, you know, I've had accidents. Never dropped anything on her, but I've stepped on her paw.
Oh, the noise they make when that happens.
Noise? That's an understatement. She screamed. I never knew it was possible for a cat to scream so loud. I remember also, actually, Tiny. She was my cat for 20 years. She died in January this year. And I had to take her to the vet once because I noticed she was limping. Now, by then, she was about 19. She was already 19. And so I took it. And what had happened, whereas she doesn't do much anymore, her toenail, unbeknown to me, had grown round into her paw. Yeah. So they had to remove it. And when they cut the nail, she didn't moan about it being cut, but then they had to pull it out.
Ooh.
And the noise that she made.
Oof.
Poor thing.
It's horrible,
but of course, once it was done, then she was better.
Yeah.
And she didn't take it out on me. I think they know, pets know, that you're doing it for their benefits.
Yeah. I've had to... my cat's had to have a bit of treatment for... it had some persistent fleas that we couldn't get rid of with the normal treatment, so we had to give it...
Why wouldn't they?
I'm not sure. Just the normal treatments didn't work on it.
I think eventually all these things... I'm sorry about the coughing, by the way, today, if you're listening to me. It's annoying, that is. If I'd have had the asthma thing half an hour before I started, then all this would have come up by now and stopped. Yeah. There we are.
So I had to wash the cat as part of the treatment, so I had to give it a bath.
She wouldn't like that. Oh, he
didn't like that.
Socks.
Socks. And I had to, and it sounds horrible, this, but it was the only way I could, because I was on my own. I had to hold him down on the bath and get the shower head and slowly, shower him.
Did you have a pair of gloves on?
I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't. And actually, the first time I did it, he didn't scratch me. I think he felt relief from the fleas, because it just gets rid of the fleas and then you can put the shampoo in.
Oh, it's instant, is it?
Well, they fall off if they get if you're washing them off, so you giving them
just
relief.
with normal water?
Just with normal water.
Well, I didn't
and
know
then
that.
I put the shampoo on, the flea shampoo. And I mean, that doesn't stop them coming back, it just gets rid of them. And he was fine. I mean, he went and hid behind the toilet for a bit afterwards, so he dried himself off. I'm trying to dry him with a towel. But the next time I tried to get him into that bathroom, next time, it was like a Garfield cartoon. The legs were on either side of the door. He was like, get in!
Oh, the legs?
Yeah, the legs that I just couldn't, they were like, I've never
seen... it must be a small door, huh? How does he get his legs open
I've never seen the legs go so wide. They were just everything, and he was scratching, climbing up round my head.
Blimey.
But yeah, so he remembered that room.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as it's finished, he was curled up on my lap. So
poor things, they don't like that.
No.
But you see, the thing is, with all these insecticides, and also with antibiotics and things like that, eventually, whatever it is doing the damage seems to adapt to the insecticide or something like that. And I wonder sometimes if we're run out. Of course, you've heard the stories about running out of certain antibiotics don't treat things anymore, and they have to come up with something new. Well, I wonder how far you can go before you run out of stuff.
Well, yeah.
And then does it come full circle and you go back to the original thing?
Well, it depends on the type of...
We don't know when. Not doctors.
No. I mean, they're saying that about...
Do you want to play doctors and nurses later?
Not with you, you're all right.
Doctors and nurses. I mean, I don't mind dressing up as the nurse.
No, you're still all right.
Okay. Carry on with your email.
There is a lock on that door. Right. Where are we? It is like the saying that Vicky has at the entrance to In Sync. It is by an American Indian, Chief Dan George. It says, if you talk to the animals, they will talk to you.
We talk to our cats.
Yes.
Yes.
And you will know them. If you do not talk to them, they will not know you. And what you do not know, you will fear. And what one fears, one will destroy.
That's true enough. I mean, how many times have you been in a street and there's a really vicious, nasty-looking dog there?
Yeah.
Well, you don't know. But the bloke or girl says, don't worry, he's as friendly as anything. And you're like, is he?
Slobbering coming out of the mouth, big fangs.
Well, my niece has got a dog, Monty. And he's not quite here.
No.
You know, he's a bit of a strange, mad dog.
Yeah.
And he's had a couple of rabbits and things like that before. And to look at him, I mean, he's a chocolate-coloured Labrador.
Right.
And he's big. He's really big. He had a bit of trouble with his legs at first, but they've had a couple of operations, and they seem fine now. But to look at him, you'd be a bit wary. But he's as friendly as anything. The trouble is, and he dribbles. Yeah. Oh, and it goes all over you. And it's horrible.
I used to have a friend who had a lurcher. Do you know what lurchers
what's
are?
that then?
Lurchers are massive dogs. They are bigger than Great Danes, I think, in average. They are massive, and they are so strong. And this dog, you know, it would come up, put its paws on your shoulder, and its head's above you, you know, when it's standing on its back legs. But it was the friendliest dog you've ever seen. But if you threw a stick for it and you still out on the lead, you'd be dragged across the ground. It was that strong.
Oh, we've all seen that. People being dragged across streets and that by their dogs. You see them walking past here a lot. The lady at the end, she's got two wonderful Alsatians. Since I've been here, I think she had one before that and it died. One of them's now really old and it has trouble walking around. I watch it sometimes when she takes it for walks. But she's got another one which is much younger and it's all over you. He knocks you down. He's quite big and he knocks you down when he sees you. And it used to bark when you walk. It doesn't bark when I walk past anymore. If anyone else does, it barks. Yeah. So it knows your footsteps. We must all walk differently. For example, while I'm walking, it's fairly quiet. When you walk, you'd think there was a herd of elephants walking past the house, wouldn't you?
Well,
you knew that was coming, didn't you?
I did. I can see your put-downs a mile off.
Thank you.
Like you're behind. Right, let me finish this. Anyway, it's good to be back, Chris. I hope you and Katie are both doing well. I need to go back and catch up on about 4 months of your shows. You're almost as far behind as me.
4 months.
Take care, and I will write again soon. Lots of love to all of you, and that's from Susan.
Thank you, Susan. There is another one from Susan here.
Oh, is it the Susan email show today?
It's the Susan email show because they all came at once. I think we've had a backlog, as I say, with the email system. Some have gone through, some haven't. I just tried it. Now, I just checked my email before I came in to the studio. There's actually one from Ross, which was sent to chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk because, that's working now.
Right.
So then I tried to send one to myself and it hasn't come through.
Right. Maybe there's a bit of a delay.
I don't know how it works. Can they come from some places and not others for a while? Is it like... kind of opening the gates, but they don't all open at the same time? Possibly. It may be that some emails have got lost. They've gone straight back to the sender. Well, it hasn't come back to me. No. That's the strange thing about it. Don't know. Okay. All right then, boys and girls. So the postal address then, if you want to send us in a letter, is... Did you get your pen ready? It's Chris, Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, Bracknell, RG 429ED, United Kingdom. Alright, once again, Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, Bracknell, RG 429ED, United Kingdom. Are you slouching to one side?
I am a little.
It is
bit,
comfortable,
yes.
though, isn't it?
It is very comfortable. This
is actually a sofa bed that we're sitting on.
It is.
I thought it was a bit hard, so I got the. But you'd like a hard bed, don't you?
I do. Yes, it's good for your back.
Can't be doing that. Like, I sink into my bed. And I'm surrounded by comfort and gorgeousness. Well, comfort anyway. I'm quite excited tonight because for the first time I'm going to meet James Dean's friend Scott Bruton, who is an actor. He'd be called an actor.
He's a West End superstar. He is an actor, yes.
He is an actor, isn't he?
Actor, yeah.
Is that what it's a musical actor or a musical performer or an actor? Actor doesn't necessarily sing, does he?
No.
And he's a bit of an all-rounder, isn't he?
Yeah.
Has he done DJing?
No, he hasn't.
Well,
no.
I think I might give him a pair of headphones now because I am going to meet Scott. Scott, who's in at the moment Dream Coats and Petty. What is it?
Dream Coats and Petty
Dream
Boats.
what is it?
Dream Boats and Petticoats.
I don't know, but it's all the same, dear. So I'm going to meet him tonight.
Do you know what my mum calls that show?
What?
She always gets it mixed up, so she calls it Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
It's lovely bobbing along on the bottom of the beautiful briny sea. Have you seen it?
What?
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks?
Yes. With Angela Lansbury.
Oh, I love it.
Saint Angela Lansbury.
Oh, she's fantastic.
She is.
What is that? Midsummer Murders or something? What is it? What's she on?
Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote. How does she do that? She always seems to know who it is.
I know. If she turns up, I'd move.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, the thing is, right, she goes around all these places. Right, it must have been you. But what is in her programme? Angela Lansbury. What's it called again?
Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote. In that programme, who is the one person that always appears to be where these murders happening?
It's her.
It's her.
Yeah.
She's the one doing it, dear.
Possibly.
She's the one. Great actress.
Yes.
She must be in her 70s.
Oh, and more. Have you seen the early Murder, She Wrote?
I haven't seen. I'll be honest, I haven't seen any of them.
Every time the camera focuses on her, well, I say focus, it was out of focus. There was all like rose-coloured thing, and then it would cut to the person she was talking to, and it'd be perfectly clear.
She wants a bit of
and
Botox.
then all of a sudden, it went clear on her, and she had perfect skin. I mean, I don't want to.
My niece says I should have Botox.
Yes, I could see a need.
Please.
Right.
We must read this story at the moment. Have you been following this story at all? My little...
Yes.
The Elves of Iceland, our what's it called? What's it when you play it?
Mini-series.
Mini-series, I like it.
Yes.
Mini-series in about 10 to 15 parts. We're not sure how long it's going to go on that. Written by Robert Pellis. Here comes part 6 of The Elves of... You'll have to shut up while this is... The Elves of Iceland. Brownie was not a happy chap, for after having spoken with Sarky Parky Pants, he was worried. Trolls are by nature a jealous group. Sarky had hinted of a fondness between Uncle Sammy and Sarky. If this were true, then Brownie would have to act fast. For you see, Brownie had always thought him to be his uncle's favourite, and yet, in the dark wee hours of the night, he did wonder if Uncle Sammy might favour his continental cousin over the water. He resolved to move his gold from under the shed in Bracknell, and yet he feared the cat, known as Tiny, stood guard there. Where could he move the gold? The boat docked at Dalvik, made ready to sail. A wind freshening from the south would bring warmer weather, and the strong breeze would fill the sails. Waving from the dockside, the elf folk of the town of Dalvik bid a farewell to our gathering of elves, chosen to recover the stolen gold of Iceland. The crew of the Sky Longship would be Swinky Chops, Pingly Dale, Leo, Pirates, and the Dark Elves. Thus was formed the affiliation of the Bracelets, for they had each been given a bracelet made from the teeth of the golden codfish. This would bestow upon them the power to detect trolls and herberts, even when they had drank from the magical river of the Thames. Captain Spoy gave the order to set forth out in the fjord, and so the adventure began. Their journey would first take them north, towards the North Atlantic Ocean. They passed the fishing boats of the humans, who, as is their way, did not notice the Sky Longboats. The date of their departure had been timed to agree with a full moon upon the night. Alas, their departure had been witnessed, if not by human, then by sly and nasty race of herberts. And soon it was that a message sent by Crummy, a bird known to humans as a raven, the sly Herbert retired back to his damp and smelly hole. The Crummy made good speed, and soon it was that the town of Reading came into sight. He dipped his wings and headed towards the town or the house of Brownie. Brownie said, "Ooch! What is that? That would break my rest upon the morn." He sought for his purse and the penny that would be given to the bird for his services. The bird bowed, and then, from the satchel upon his back, he retrieved the message sent by the nasty Herbert. Brownie frowned when he read the note. He knew what he must do, and he too set forth upon an adventure of his own. He bade the bird to do a service and to go and find and then deliver a message to Gorgeous. Brownie knew that it would take the Sky Longboat a week to cover the distance. He knew that the Sky Longboat would need to break passage at the Isle of Pharaoh. And yes, upon that isle also be found yet another Herbert and his crummy companion. Crummy soon spied Gorgeous walking down the street near to the town of London. But he was concerned deeply, for within the walls of the tower would be found the ravens. These ravens, cousins to the Crummy, were of a most different nature indeed. The ravens of London hated the Crummy and knew them to be sly, nasty creatures of the air. Crummy took great care to fly close to the buildings there, and when the time was right, he descended towards Gorgeous. Gorgeous said, "Ooch, 'tis you, Crummy lad. Now what be a fine birdie, such as your good self be a-wanting with me?" The Crummy was keen to be upon his way, and without waiting for his penny fee, he passed the message and sped away to the Isle of Pharaoh, and then to complete the task that had been set down before him. Gorgeous read the note, and with a similar frown upon his face, he set off down the side street and towards a different direction than the one he had been walking. Gorgeous also increased his step as the sense of urgency took hold. With Brownie heading towards Bracknell and the hidden gold, he knew he must collect from his office in the city the magical money bag called the National Debt. The bag is very special and was handed to him by Brownie himself when he too was master of the moneys. A job he held for years, becoming Grand Jester of the House of Ordinary. He was much admired for his mastery of the dark magic known as expenses by other members of the house. But back to the bag known as the National Debt. Its great magic is that you can pour gold into it all day, and yet it will be as if the gold had disappeared into nothingness. And yet with the right words, it just returns. Now what is this word, you ask? There we are, part 6 of the Elves of Iceland. I was going to say Ireland then. Iceland, part 7, in the next exciting episode here of United Kingdom Talk. We've only got a minute left.
I've got a bone to pick with him, though.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, called me a mountain troll on one of your earlier shows.
Well, I know. And you said, you did promise you were going to bring me your smoke effects. And they haven't got here.
Well, I'm still waiting for a response from the New York faction, but the Dark Elves League, Infidel Against Humans, or Delia as it's known, are considering taking action against the New York branch. So, Suko, watch it.
All elf mad. Now, we've only got a minute left now. We're meeting Scott tonight. I should imagine that, you know, young lad like Scott, he must be very, very nervous meeting such a huge celebrity such as myself. I imagine to him, you know, he probably didn't sleep last night, had trouble eating and all that.
Yeah, well, maybe. He was on the BBC all yesterday, though, so...
On the BBC? Are they
on
still
television
on air,
and on the radio.
Still on air, are they?
Yes.
Oh, well. Right, where do we find your podcast, Mr. James Dean?
Matineeshow.co.uk, that's matineeshow.co.uk.
And it's all free. It'd be easier if you go straight there rather than try it on iTunes. We're out of time. Don't forget, if you want to join in by email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Thank you for coming to see me. It's always nice.
Thank you for putting
2 whole days. I'll have to go
hotel.
shopping now and restack the cupboards after you finish.
Yes.
See you on the next show. Say goodbye, James.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye now.